So thank you so much for coming. So I start by introducing you to Hikvision, the manufacturer, number one worldwide manufacturer of CCTV. And I'd also want to teach you that Hikvision has several products. It does several products. It is in China, it does everything. Almost everything I can think. You talk about projectors, you talk about SSDs, you talk about networking, you talk about access control, like opening doors using, you can open a door using your fingerprints. So we have those engines. But the main product, the challenge product is CCTV. So for today, we are going to learn about CCTV. And so we have two types of CCTV. We have IP CCTV, which uses an Ethernet cable. It uses an Ethernet cable like this. So the Internet cable, the one that is used to connect to the Internet. So there are two types of CCTV. We have the one called IP, and we have the one called HD. Sometimes the HD people call it analog, right? It's not like what down. Don't use it to the customers. So high definition, but it was the first one. So the IP is the one that is more modern. It is very expensive, a little bit, and it uses this Ethernet cable. So the other one is using a coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is a cable similar to that one for the aerial one. So the aerial cable is called coaxial cable, and the connector is the same as the one that is for the aerial again. So we have those two types of CCTV. HD sells more than IP. IP is more recent, and it is even easier to install. But many people understand this one, HD. So we are going to learn about HD because this is what many customers have in their premises, and this is what very many people buy. So we start with this one. Then later on in another session, when you have become an expert at listening to this, then you can come and learn on IP. For HD, you need to install CCTV. What are the components you require? Number one will be a camera, a CCTV camera. So CCTV cameras, we have two types mostly. So this one is called, most people call it dome. It has another name, turrets. So there's another type that is a glass, the whole of it. You cannot adjust. That is the one called a dome. But very many people refer this to a dome also because it is round. So this one works in, mostly this one is used inside a premise. This one is mostly used outside. So they can be used interchangeably. You can bring this inside, but then it is best outside. It will not refuse, it will not refuse, let me use the term refuse. It will not refuse to work when you bring it inside. It will work. But then its view, the view of this one is designed to view a long distance, so it is narrow but long. This one is mostly designed to watch wider. So it records, so if it is in a room and it can put in a corner, it can watch all the corners, a bigger angle. So this one has a wider angle, this one has a longer, in most cases it has a longer range. Also, sometimes we have a difference in the rating of the hardness. So if this one is more hardy, it can survive outside more than this one. But that one will be discussed when we are talking about the products in depth. So the next item is the DVR. DVR, anyone knows the meaning of DVR? DVR means digital video recorder. So there's a digital video recorder. It is a gadget that will keep information for you. So this is a DVR. The DVR requires you to put a hard disk inside. So the next component is a hard disk. This is a hard disk. It is new, so we've not opened it. But this is the hard disk. So this is the DVR. It requires a hard disk inside for it to store information. And the DVRs, we have 4 channels, which can carry 4 cameras. After this, we go doubling. The next DVR can carry 8 cameras. So after 8 double, we go to 16. So 16 cameras, it can carry up to 16 cameras. Then you go to 32. So sometimes people also prefer to split. If you have so many cameras, you decide instead of one person watching 128 cameras, so you decide to have maybe 32 channel, someone is managing that. Another 32 channel, someone is managing that. So you can split it. The other issue that we need to note is that you can have these 4 channel, but you only install 1 camera. Then later on, when you get money, you can come and add another camera. So it's not a must that it is 4 channel, you have 4 cameras at the same time. You can buy 16 channel camera, DVR, and then you only install 2 cameras. When you get some more money, or you identify another place, you come and add a cable and a camera, you add another camera. Notable to note also, we have talked about the DVR. So there's a new generation DVR called the eDVR. eDVR, the embedded DVR, digital video recorder. So this one, the difference between this and this is that this one has SSD inside. So SSD is a new storage technology. So for this, we don't require to put a hard disk inside. Once you buy this, just like this, the way it is working. It already has an SSD, a newer technology. So this is the latest technology of DVR. And it has some advantages, which I do not want to talk about right now. For example, it can sense motion, and it can determine that this is a human being in a job. Who you deal to? He the guy. So it records. So later on, when you want to replay, you can replay. You want also only to see vehicles that came in. You want to see vehicles that came into the compound, for instance. You don't want to see human being. Maybe there's a vehicle that went out with some things, or it hit maybe a kid. So you don't want to see the movement of people. You want to see vehicles. Which vehicle? You're looking for a vehicle. So it can show you which vehicle came in. The next item is the power supply. The camera, this camera does not use electricity directly. Does not use electricity. You don't connect it to the extension of the power directly. So the power it uses is direct current. The electricity is alternating current, for those who understand the electricity. So it needs something that will come from the electricity, and then it will step down the power so that it gets a little power that is enough so that you don't spoil the camera. So whatever it requires is called the power supply. This is a power supply. The power supply will connect to the electricity, but so you connect it, then this goes to the power. Then from these gadgets is where you connect wires to the camera, so that the power that goes to the camera is not too much. That is the power supply. We have talked about the HDD, hard disk. And then there are 2 types of hard disk. There's a hard disk that is the normal hard disk for the computer. Sometimes people use that. But there are special hard disks, which are called surveillance hard disks, which when it is full, it knows what to do. When it is full, what does it do? So it is meant for surveillance. CCTV, another term is surveillance. You are surveying. So the next item you require to install CCTV is a cable. You need a cable. So you have this camera mounted in this corner. You have the DVR in the office. You have another camera at the gates. So you need a cable from the gates to the office. We need a camera from the reception to the office, from another office to the main office where this gadget is connected. So we said on the HD camera, we use the coaxial cable. So this cable has 2 wires. It has coaxial cable. This one carries video. This one carries power. When the IP cameras, they use the other cable, which was this, and it carries both power and data. So this one is almost easier to install, but not yet the fastest moving product, because this one is still cheaper. It's cheaper to install. So the next item is the BNC. The BNC is this string, this connector. This connector that is connected now, it connects to the DVR. So it goes into the DVR and it is locked. then it goes into the camera. So this one is the cable that carries data, and then but alongside it has the cable that carries power. So it carries power and it carries, they are attached together. So that is the PLC we've talked about. So the next item that you need is a power jack. A power jack is this item. It is a very cheap item, it is a very small item. What it does is it has a positive and negative.
They're very slant.
It has positive and negative. It has positive and negative because the camera does not use AC. So this one is needed to connect to the camera because the camera has a place where it connects. So this one is for power, and then there's these other ones for data. The one for video, the one that carries video. The other item that you might require that is not on this list is a screen. You require a screen for you to display to see what is happening on the cameras. So the meaning of CCTV TV everyone knows, right? Television. C means close, and then this is touched television. So you have your own television channel, you have made at home, you have connected to the gates, you have connected to the kitchen, you have connected to the bedroom, you have connected to the parking, you have connected to the garden. So and then you have your own channel now, a TV channel that you can watch on. So it is closed because only you can watch. Only you can give permission to someone else to connect to it, how to install CCTV. So when you go install it, we already said there's a camera for inside, there's a camera for outside. Each camera, when you open the box, it has something like this. This is called a drill template. So this one, when you want to mount a camera, so instead of taking the screws and hitting them directly here with a hammer, so you put the screw here, start nailing, or maybe you're using this. So sometimes the one is hard. So maybe you want to drill fast, maybe you want to hit it fast with the hammer before you can bring it, right? Because there's a time when I was still a learner, I hit this with the hammer, trying to hit it. Then you hit the camera. So there's these drill templates. So this one you put it on the wall. We start with this one. You put it on the wall. For example, here. Once you put it there, you come and screw here first. So each camera has a drill template. After you mount it there, you done the screwing, then you can come and bring the camera. So each camera has their own according to the size of the camera. So you bring this here, you come and screw it according to the number of points. Then after that, there's this that you mount so that this one is come and connects. You can come just and click. So it connects without having to screw it. So the camera is the first thing that you install. You mount it on the wall using the drill templates, mount it on the wall. Then after that, you'll require a cable, the coaxial cable, to run from the camera to the house or to the place where you are going to control the CCTV. So the coaxial cable, there is a connection that is done here from this cable to the BNC. We will do it in detail later on. So each cable requires, from this side you require the coaxial, the BNC. From this other end, you also require a BNC. So we are done with mounting the camera. We mounted it on the wall using the drill templates. Then the next step, we do the cabling. So we put the cable, we have laid the cable. Do it nicely. Don't put the cable hanging. Do a good cabling. You can use cable clips, whatever. You need to learn about how cable management. So then, after we put the coaxial cable on the coaxial cable to the BNC, it come and connects. So it connects, and then you lock. After you've connected, so you put it in, then you just twist it direction, lock so that if it is pulled, it does not come out. So you have to, so there's a way to remove it, to unlock it for you to remove it. So once you've done that, this cable runs to the DVR, the eDVR. So the DVR requires a hard disk. You have to put the hard disk inside. But we use the eDVR. For this, you require a hard disk inside. So you have to buy this and then buy a hard disk. So this one is cheaper than this one. But then you still require to buy these other gadgets. And sometimes this one fails, the hard disk fails. The eDVR, the SSD is a little bit hard, and it does not have a lot of noise. So we've done connection from the cameras. Now we are connecting to the DVR. So we come and connect it. So there's a place for connecting it again. So the same connection that we did on the other side is the same connection you're going to do. I have interchanged this cable because the camera will require this power jack. But on the other side, you not require this. So I need to swap it. So we will swap it. So the camera will have two connections. This other one is not used. In most cases, it is a button. There's a button to press, but some connections are not going through. So you connect it to power. So this one is going to give power to the camera. And this one is going to take video from the camera to record it. So our camera is now set. It has power connected. It has video connected. Now we bring the video to the DVR or the eDVR. So we connect and then again we lock so that if it is pulled by bad luck, you hit it, it doesn't come out. So at least it has. You can plan when you want to remove it, it doesn't come out when it's on. So the DVR, it has its power adapter. You'll connect it to power. So let's connect it to power. So this one powers this one only. It does not power the camera. It has its own power adapter. So we connect it to the power. Now the camera requires power. It does not have power and it cannot go to the electricity directly. So what we do, we connect this to the power supply. You remember we talked about a power supply, the one that gives power to the camera. So you're going to connect and make sure you do positive to positive, negative to negative. If you interchange, there could be a problem.
Excellent.
So in this case, we are using black for negative and the red one for positive. So I'm going to do a connection here. Need to make it tight so that it doesn't come out easily, or so that we don't have sparks. So now this one will give power to the camera, but where will it get power? From the electricity. So we connect it to power. So now we have the camera powered. Actually, there's a way to test if your camera is powered. Because, there's a light it produces, the IR, the red light that it produces when there is. So the camera can be twisted. When again, you can have the whole thing moving. So after mounting, you can adjust either up, down, round. So if you want to test if there is power, if you block, make it dark. So if it is receiving power, it will light some red light. If it is the other one, the smart hybrid, or the colorful camera, the one that is colored day and night, the one that has its own light, it will light, it will bring on the light, the white light. But this one brings on small red lights. You see it? So it's powered. So for the other one, it produces a light that you can see. The light that can light for you the way. But this one is only for it to see in black and in white, to make it nocturnal. So we have done connection to the camera. So the camera is connected to the DVR, the camera is connected to the power. Actually, right now the camera is working already. As simple as that. Connect the camera to power using the power jack. Connect it to the video using the video balloon, the BNC. Connect it to the DVR, connect it to the power supply. So this one we are done actually. But then we still need to do one or two things so that you're able to see what we have done. So now we need a screen. If you connect it to the internet, if you don't need a screen, if you connect it to the internet, you're able to see it on your phone. But then that will be for another day. So the screen could be a TV or a TFT or any other type of display. Hikvision has a type of display also. It has a display. So this one is a TFT, it's a normal computer screen. It will require to be connected to the power. It does not use magic, it uses electricity. It's powered. But now we need to connect this, the DVR, to bring information to the screen for you to see. So there's these VGA ports. I have used the VGA ports. If your screen has an HDMI cable port, you can connect it to the HDMI. HDMI is clearer than VGA. It is a newer technology. So the VGA will come into the VGA ports or the DVR. So we already have our CCTV installed. Is that not simple? It is simple, right? You can see the cameraman is there. And see everyone. And the clarity is good, right? Now for you to control, you'll require to connect the mouse. So the DVR comes with a mouse. It has its own mouse. Yeah. So once you connect it to the mouse, we have a pattern for security so that not everybody can access your CCTV and maybe replay, maybe delete, so you can feel it on the screen. You want it full screen. So it is as simple as that. There is templates like this. On the one where you want to put the other camera, mount the drill templates. Every camera has its own. So don't fear using this. You're not going to use it and carry it to the next place again. Each camera in the box has this, and it has its own screws. So come put another drill templates, mount your camera, adjust it well. Once you have adjusted your camera, though you come and watch, you can watch there. We can tell someone to watch for you as you adjust. So mount the camera, connect it to. Now we are moving to another camera, so we want to watch this one. Use it for data, then use this for power. So the other camera is already connected. So the same connection, bring it, put it on another port. So because it is a second camera, you put it on the second port. So now you have two cameras showing. Now this is a different camera that has lights. So let me block it for you to see. So what it will do, when it is dark, it will not put on the red light that we call IR. If it will be getting darkness enough for it, it was already put on the lens. Very nice. So you see in the dark, what it does, puts on the light. So this one is a little bit expensive than the other, but it is better. Again, this one can record sound. So after connecting the camera to the power, we connect it to the DVR. The DVR goes to the stream.